my name is Maggie, and here are some tips on how to deal with spider mite infestations on your plants. For weeks, I had noticed my usually thriving plants get kind of weird looking. Some of the leaves became mottled in color, curling inwards, and getting a bit floppy. Whilst watering my plants, I saw these tiny white cotton-like threads on the underside of the leaves with multiple white fluffy satellites. That's when my head started churning. Is this a spider mite infestation? So I asked Dr. Google, but the images of spider mite infestations were of these elaborate blanket-like webs, and I thought the primitive webbing on my plants couldn't compete. Well, those web architects sure showed me what they were capable of. Spider mites are part of the Tetranychidae family. There are over 1,000 species too. They get their name obviously because they look like spiders, spin silk webbing, and lay heaps of eggs. Despite being less than a millimeter in size, they can be aggressive herbivores, feeding on the underside of leaves and damaging the plant cell structure. Your plant basically gets eaten alive by enemies your naked eye can't even see. Apparently they like dry and dusty plants, and it sure does get very dry and dusty in my house. Here's a fun fact to fuel your nightmares. Spiderlings will climb as high up as possible, get on their tippy toes, poop multiple silk threads into the air, and let the wind carry them about. It's called ballooning or kiting. Just picture like a Tom Cruise spider mite doing a Mission Impossible onto your plants. Terrifying, right? But slightly entertaining. So how do you get rid of them? Well, we can try blasting your infested plant with water and hoping like Incy Wincy they get washed out. I live in a drought affected country though, so I didn't do that. I went to Bunnings warehouse and bought a spray bottle that said organic insect and mite spray. But home concoctions are pretty simple too. Just mix lukewarm water with liquid detergent and alcohol. Bottom line is, we're using a pretty strong mixture to eradicate the pests. Once you read the instructions and safety advice, don some personal protective equipment. Next, select your weapon of choice. Mine is a broad paintbrush, but you can also use cheapy makeup brushes. Here we go. Spray in abundance onto the top and underside of each individual leaf. Spray until it's dripping wet. Then gently but intently brush the entire leaf in swift strokes along its natural crevices. Make sure you get the area where it joins the stem, the edges, the tips, the top and bottom. Just imagine that you're trying to paint the entire leaf and you want to get the solution into all the crooks and crannies. Try working in a pattern too, such as doing all the leaves on a single branch first, from the tallest to the ones near the bottom. Now, here is a time lapse of me looking attractive as heck in my over-the-top makeshift PPE. At least I didn't get any poison in my eye though. Once you're confident that you got every single leaf with the spray and brush, move the plant into quarantine, away from ballooning distance to your other good plants. Closely examine the plant over the next 3 to 5 days, observing for any signs of the spider mites returning. If they do, hit them again with the whole process. If your plant is dainty and it's impractical to use a beefy brush, just spray till there are signs of the liquid running off the leaves. Lastly, if you're feeling a bit downtrodden because, like me, you are oblivious to your plants suffering under the assault of practically invisible pests, this is not your fault. Potatoes are gonna potate and pests are gonna pestate. I made that word up, but listen to me. You are not a bad plant parent. We are all learning as we go. Pest eradication is hard work, so to reward you, here are some macro videos of my plant after the treatment. If you'd like to find out whether my plant survived, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments how you deal with pest infestations. Bye!